The Ecowas region is facing a very complex humanitarian situation with always more.
The Economic Community of West African States, Ecowas, and the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, UNHCR, are seeking ways to provide protection and solutions to over 7 million refugees and displaced persons in Ecowas member states. This was announced in Port Harcourt during a two-day retreat for Ecowas ambassadors. The retreat's primary aim is to address the complex humanitarian needs arising from displacement within the region, foster collaboration among stakeholders, and mobilize resources to implement effective solutions for the protection and well-being of affected populations. At the opening session, the Deputy Director for West and Central Africa of the UNHCR, Javier Cracher, said, beyond the search for solutions, the UNHCR and ECOWAS must find protection for refugees as well as internally displaced persons.
So the ECOWAS region is facing a very complex humanitarian situation with always more refugees and IDPs, internally displaced population. Today, 7 million of people are displaced in the ECOWAS region. In this context, the collaboration with ECOWAS to provide protection and find solutions to the displaced people is absolutely fundamental. And the ECOWAS Commission, the ECOWAS member states, and the people of ECOWAS have provided shown lots of solidarity, hospitality to bring support to this displaced population. We are here today to work with the ambassadors to ECOWAS to see how to strengthen this response, humanitarian response, but also how to better protect the people themselves, the communities welcoming them. And I think it's important to talk about the communities. The people are the first one to share their houses, the little they have to welcome the displaced population. And we must not only support the refugees, but also the communities welcoming them.
With a staggering number of more than 7 million refugees in just one region on the African continent, the organizers of the two-day retreat are seeking quick solutions to the menace. Nigeria's permanent representative to ECOWAS, Ambassador Musa Nuhu, highlights the plight of refugees, especially in West Africa.
ECOWAS have regional programs addressing all issues of displacement, humanitarian crisis in West Africa, not only particularly Nigeria. As you know, the Sahel region, especially the countries of Burkina Faso and Mali, that is why we have so much displacement of the community citizens. Yes, we have that challenge in the northeastern Nigeria, and I know ECOWAS is doing a lot in terms of making humanitarian interventions in the northeastern Nigeria. There are so many programs and activities being carried out by ECOWAS in the northeastern Nigeria. Some have to do with direct interventions or providing support to the victims of terrorism.
Ehini Vera Mwese is a women leader in the Ikyogen refugee settlement in Benue State. A Cameroonian by nationality, Vera says many young girls have been exploited in most refugee camps. Vera called for more support for the refugees.
The refugees are going through a lot. There is hunger in the settlement, there is starvation, there is hardship. They should at least find a means in which they can help the refugees in any way that the refugees can at least stand on their feet again. You see children giving birth to children, and even some children, they are being exploited by people. They leave the settlement, some without even the consent of their parents. They decide to follow some people to go out to urban areas, even to Boki, to where there are those cocoa farms, to work so that they can at least have money to come back and take care of themselves. And after working for those people, they end up not being paid, because they just consider that since we are refugees, there are nothing we can do. The man will tell you, after you are a common refugee, what can you do?
The ECOWAS Commissioner for Human Development and Social Affairs, with the help of an interpreter, re-echoed the fact that it is not just enough to reduce the number of refugees in West Africa, but more importantly, a drastic step must be taken to address a recurrence. The theme for the retreat is improving the protection space for refugees, IDPs, and stateless persons in West Africa, and unlocking solutions to forcible displacements.